this video, let's talk about Monster Hunter Wilds. This is just an upcoming game that has been came out. You know, it's very popular. If you go on Twitch right now, you can actually see that this is the most popular, most played game on Twitch. You see Monster Hunter Wilds. Kinda wild, man. Kinda wild. Okay. But you know, what I really want to talk about in this video, it's what is the worst thing about this whole situation with Monster Hunter Wilds. It's not even the game itself, you know, it's not outdated graphics, it's not the bad performance, but it's actually the manipulation that has been going on now for a few days. And I'm not sure if this is just a problem with, you know, YouTube, or it's just a problem with Reddit. But it really shows how a lot of these companies today, they just use this platform for manipulation and for PR, public relationships. And how did they do that, you know? There are like countless of videos with hundreds of thousands of views, you know? All praising the game. Oh, it's the best game ever created. But it's really not, okay, and we kind of know that. But this is why I'm making this video, because it really shows in today's age that you don't really even need to make a complete product. All you have to do is manipulate social media. That's all you have to do with countless of bots, countless of promotional accounts. And it really sucks watching gaming succumb to this. It could be so much more than that. I mean, let's see. Video posnitki. Let's check some of the popular videos, right? With hundreds of thousands of views.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little hesitant on making a video.
Check some of the comments. You see, only few-year-old accounts, only 1-year-old account. You see, that's a problem. You know, people always talk about, you know, can we start talking about the performance? If you go on Monster Hunter Reddit, you have posts, stop defending poor performance, you know. It's not even people, guys, it's bots. You see, because a lot of these companies are starting to realize you don't need to make a complete game. You just manipulate your viewers and with countless of bots. And that's today reality, and the game has a very bad score, you know. Do you guys remember when Capcom used to be one of the most innovative gaming studios out there 20 years ago? They made some of the best games ever created. Monster Hunter, you know, Final Fantasy. They have all these cool franchises. So what happened, man? I still remember I used to have posters from a gaming magazine called Joker. A cool poster from all of their games, man. It was so cool. Right. Let's check. And yeah, the game looks kinda decent on console, but most PC Steam users can barely play the game. Because again, these games are made for console, they are not made for PC players. You see, and that's a big problem, right? I already made a video talking about, you know, what Monster Hunter could be. You know, imagine if you could tame all these cool epic monsters, and it could be so much more. It's one of the best franchises ever made. But they have zero multiplayer elements, and they only design it for console. So they are already losing so much of their player base, even with all this social media manipulation they are doing behind closed doors.
Besides, didn't seem to know what weapons were either.
I really feel like Monster Hunter World, which was released like 10-15 years ago, was actually a way better game.
Huh?
I mean, it's pretty much the same game. They don't change anything. They add zero multiplayer elements, zero good new engine, so actually support the PC ports, you know. You only have co-op. You don't even have multiplayer. You only have pretty much glorified single player game.
The moment has arrived.
But this is what really sucks. You have so many of these big YouTubers who have over a million of subscribers. And then you actually realize that one day this is how they got 1 million subscribers. They have been pretty much using bots and promotional accounts for literally years now, and practically making it impossible for any other content creator to get any views. So now small content creators are dying off, right? And these big content creators with millions of subscribers, they're just manipulating their viewers, they're manipulating algorithm. YouTube is not doing anything about it. And the whole platform has been dying for years now. You can barely find any good criticism. So everybody got manipulated into this over-expensive $60 euro game. It's not even optimized. It has no innovation. You know, I wish I could say much better things about it, because Monster Hunter could be one of the best franchises ever made. They were supposed to make dream game for us. Imagine if you could tame any monster you want. Imagine if you have real open world elements. You see other players running around doing their thing, right? It could be so much more. But now it's just about making the same game every year and just paying big YouTubers to manipulate hundreds of thousands of people. That's what you get when you have capitalism in gaming and content creation. It's really sad, man. And the color palette, man, it looks so bland. Like, look at this, you can barely know what's on the screen. And this is the highest resolution, highest quality. This is how the game looks on PC. There are literally games 15 years ago that looked better. Just check out, you know, Pirate of the Black Cat. And it's not even a multiplayer game. Like Pirate of the Black Cat. This is literally 20-year-old game that looks better 20 years ago, you know. This was literally 20 years ago. One of the best games ever, one of the best pirate games ever made. You have Destriga, you have Spyro, you know, Crash Bandicoot. Man. And if you read some of these comments, like, Brett is my favorite YouTuber, and then, yeah, it's just 1-year-old promotional account. It's every guy who has more than like 500,000 subscribers on this platform has been manipulating their viewers and algorithm for years, practically making it impossible for anybody else to get any views. And so no matter how much effort we put, 90% of you guys, no matter how much effort we put into our videos, we will never get any views. Because if you don't use hundreds of promotional accounts to pretty much push your video to the top, you will never matter. And that's really feel like that's the YouTube should desperately update their algorithm, make it so that only, you know, real accounts or only one account per mail can actually affect the algorithm. Otherwise, this platform is totally broken. And these guys don't care. They're just too busy making money, right? Like, Jesus. And they got so good at it. Some of these comments are so manipulative, almost feel so real that. And this is not just problem with Monster Hunter Wilds, But problem with pretty much YouTube, right? And content creation, when you turn content creation into a huge business. And the fact that nobody ever takes any responsibility for that content creation, gaming, sports, all of the things we are passionate about have been slowly dying, and nobody is taking any responsibility. And then smaller games like Chimera Land, which is one of the best games ever created. You could tame monsters, build garden, house in space. Those actually real good games are dying off. Because they simply cannot compete. You could literally tame any monster you want in the game and ride it around. It's one of the best games ever created, holy shit. This is what Monster Hunter is supposed to be, man. I made a few videos about Chimera Land. One of the best games I ever played. And it only shut down like 2-3 months ago. Man. And this is what Monster Hunter is supposed to be.
Chimera Land was...
And now we just got some Monster Hunter simulator. You can't even tame them, you can't even ride them. What's even the point, man? You can't even have multiplayer elements, no barely any social elements. The game barely runs. Jesus, man. So let me know what you guys think, you know. Have you tried Monster Hunter Wilds? I would probably better that you wait for some time now. And please let me know, you know. I really miss Chimera Land though. That was a good game. There's literally no good games anymore. It's so sad, man. It really is. They're supposed to make dream game for us, and all they're doing is paying YouTubers to manipulate us, our real gamers, and YouTube is not ever addressing the algorithm and how the whole platform has been dying now for years because of promotional accounts manipulation and bots, you know. It's really sad, man.